I look forward to that.
It's a good story. We're going old school Piper. All right. 3-2. We are deep into election season, and Election Day is just a couple of weeks away. Las Vegas Weekly's latest is part one of a two-part election issue. And joining me now on 8 News Now is Ric Anderson, editorial page editor from the Greenspun Media Group. Hi, Ric. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate your time. What can voters find in this week's edition regarding voting?
Well, so we tried to use a golf analogy. We wanted to give voters the information that they would need to get from the first tee to the 18th green all the way to the clubhouse. So, we provide a full list of early voting locations, places where they can drop off their ballot, provide a full list of candidates with our endorsements, our recommendations. And then we provide a couple of fun things like, how to hold an interesting election night party. But yeah, just a lot of information in here.
Clearly, you've never golfed with me, Ric, but I do appreciate the analogy. I'd be looking for golf balls by the 8th hole. But about the pandemic, should people be concerned at all about voting in person? And what are some of the precautions being taken?
Well, obviously, that's a personal decision that people will need to make based on their individual health situations. But it is worth noting, I think, that the county election department is taking a lot of precautions this year against the spread of the coronavirus. So, masks will be required for all staff. Voters will be encouraged to wear masks. If they don't have one, masks will be made available for them. Or, if they really don't want to wear one, there will be an alternative way for them to vote. So, the machines will be wiped down between every use. Just a lot, and clear plastic protective shields will be placed between staff and voters. Just a lot of precautions in place.
Absolutely, a lot of effort being taken to create really a safe environment. Now, you have an editorial calling this the most important election of our lifetime. Why exactly are you describing it that way?
Well, there's so much at stake this year for every American and really everyone on the planet. You've got social justice issues that will be decided in this election. You've got the climate situation and all of the effects that we're seeing from that. You've got voting access itself. You've got health care for millions of Americans. So, with so much at stake, we're saying that this year it's just vital for Americans to come out and vote. There have been times in our history where ordinary people have made extraordinary contributions to this country, whether it's congregation members of churches in the South who, fought for civil rights, or it was, farmers and shopkeepers who grabbed their muskets and joined the fight for the revolution. It's on that scale, we believe, this year that average people can help the country and can make an enormous contribution by getting out and voting.
Well said. And on that note, what about the people that do not support President Trump or former Vice President Joe Biden? What is your message to the people who are considering not voting at all?
Look, we get it. In a normal year, not voting is a form of protest. It's a form of political action. This year, we just think there is way too much at stake to sit out. The way I've described it to some people is, you're outside a burning building and you have a fire hose and you're not turning it on. That's like not voting this year.
Of course, we at 8 News Now and CBS are not in the endorsement business. We're just reporting on the election and the process. But there will be an endorsement in this issue, correct?
Yes, we'll have a full slate of endorsements. That means all of the partisan races, President, Congress, the state legislature, and so on. We'll also have our recommendation in all the judicial races. So I would encourage people to look for Las Vegas Weekly at all of our locations and see what they think of who we recommend.
Rick, from ballot questions up to the top of the ticket and the president, it's a lot to navigate. I know there's a wealth of information that will be in this edition, and we do appreciate your time. As I said pre-interview, I look forward to interviewing you again in the future in studio.
Oh, me too. Let's get back in there as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, Rick.
Thank you.